reaction to LeBron joining forces with Jaylen Brown and company in Philly?
Shock, because I thought that if he was going back east, he would go home, that he wouldn't dangle his...
I needed all 24 hours to process what happened.
Yeah.
LeBron James is in Philly.
LeBron to Philly?
Oh, yeah, I just found it out. LeBron is never going to do what you think he's going to do. So I don't think none of us have Philly pinned as the #1 team. For me, when I look at that that's a bigger than...
Oh my God, guys, this is not a drill. This is not a test. LeBron is coming to Philly, to Philadelphia. That's the whole message. Go tell people. Go outside.
Maybe asking yourself, why did LeBron choose the Philadelphia 76ers? And if we didn't have any information like a lot of us didn't yesterday, it does seem shocking. But if you pay attention to what he said in his explanation on
LeBron James didn't simply switch uniforms. He may have unintentionally revealed exactly how he views today's NBA. And that's where things get interesting. Forget the emotional farewell celebrations, the Hollywood-style finale, and every dream partnership fans debated for months, because his decision to land in Philadelphia quietly pointed to a strategy that almost nobody predicted. This wasn't driven by a bigger paycheck, more fame, or even another chapter in his legacy. It was a calculated all-or-nothing move that could either cement him as a basketball mastermind or leave the game's biggest icon looking like the league's most expensive supporting player.
Bruh, you've been talking all day. Let's go.
Practice? Not the game. You talking about practice? All right, I gotta get to practice.
Thank you.
The Philadelphia 76ers just signed LeBron James to a 2-year, $8 million deal. That's $4 million per year. And now he joins a starting lineup: Tyrese Maxey, Edgecomb.
Why were the 76ers a good fit for LeBron?
1, winning. 2, relationships. I mean, I think it presents the best opportunity to win, or at least have access to winning.
What seemed like the most obvious move in basketball suddenly transformed into the league's most intriguing storyline. For months, every debate surrounding LeBron James kept circling the same predictable destinations, making the next chapter feel almost scripted. But you won't believe how quickly that narrative changed, because what happened next challenged everything fans thought they already knew.
LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Clutch Sports has put this one out. This has just come across.
LeBron James is a 76er. Damn!
What?
That's my instant reaction, bro. And the rich get richer. Pick and roll. Sit behind the three-point line. LeBron kicks it to you as he drives to the basket. Philly!
What's good? What's good, Philly? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought LeBron was finished? Talk to me.
Some people were convinced the story would end with one last run in Los Angeles alongside the Lakers. Others believed a heartfelt return to Cleveland would give the greatest homecoming in NBA history one final unforgettable chapter. And then you had the dreamers who simply refused to give up on the idea of LeBron James and Stephen Curry finally wearing the same jersey, a blockbuster pairing that fans kept talking into existence despite the odds.
LeBron has made his decision. He's joining the Philadelphia 76ers, but why did he pick Philly instead of anywhere else? He wrote a thread on Twitter where he said he thought he was going to retire at the end of the season, but he's got a little bit more to give.
This is an absolute stunner. I'll be honest, I did not see this coming. LeBron James has agreed to join the Philadelphia 76ers, and I have to tell you, on my bingo card, I know they were on the list the whole time.
Every scenario felt like it belonged in a blockbuster movie, packed with star power, hype, and the kind of ending fans love to imagine. But once everything finally played out, LeBron walked away from every headline-grabbing narrative and made a choice that looked far more straightforward on the surface, yet could end up being the boldest and riskiest decision of his entire career.
LeBron James is signing with the Sixers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. Reported right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah! Let me check. No. Sharon's posted it.
So, in the end, LeBron James chose to ring chase. What did you expect? This wasn't about basketball happiness.
He picked a team that, in his eyes, offers the most direct route to another NBA championship. That single decision speaks louder than any carefully crafted press conference ever could. Most superstars at this point in their careers lean toward comfort, legacy, or a nostalgic ending to their journey. LeBron seems focused on one goal above everything else, capturing championship ring number 5. Philadelphia's aggressive offseason made it clear the organization wasn't satisfied with simply being a playoff contender anymore. They built a roster with one purpose: surviving the East's toughest battles and finishing the job with 4 postseason series victories. That's why this move feels less like a celebrity headline and more like a calculated masterstroke from one of the smartest basketball minds the game has ever seen. The really interesting part is that LeBron likely recognizes a reality many fans still refuse to accept. He no longer has to carry the burden of dropping 35 points every single night. Father Time may still be struggling to catch up, but even LeBron understands that true greatness sometimes means reinventing your role instead of resisting change. That transformation never fully took shape during the closing stretch of his Lakers tenure. Even after Luka Doncic entered the picture, questions continued to surround whether LeBron was genuinely comfortable stepping into the background. The talent between them was undeniable, yet the partnership rarely felt completely seamless. At times, it looked like two basketball geniuses were both trying to control the game instead of trusting each other to take turns behind the wheel.
This is incredible. Right now, and so maybe 5, 6 championships. But outside of that, I look at that as an after basketball move. Right? I feel like it's bigger than just the 2 years. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
2
it's
years, $8 million. Man, what a bargain.
I don't think he needs the bread.
No, he doesn't.
Whoa!
Wow.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Holy mackerel.
I tried to like double, triple, quadruple check this to make sure I got it right, but this is Shams Charania. LeBron James going to the 76ers.
Philadelphia offers a completely different opportunity, and that's what makes this move so intriguing. This isn't a roster searching for another high-volume scorer because it already has plenty of offensive firepower. Tyrese Maxey has developed into one of the NBA's most electric scoring guards with the ability to change games in an instant. Jaylen Brown continues proving why he's one of the league's premier two-way wings, capable of taking over both ends of the floor whenever his team needs him. Embiid is still one of basketball's most dominant forces in the paint whenever he's healthy enough to stay on the court. Instead of making everything revolve around his own scoring, LeBron looks prepared to become the player who elevates everyone else around him. Rather than judging his impact by points per game, his greatest value could come through elite playmaking, defensive leadership, transition execution, and controlling the tempo when the pressure is highest. It may sound surprising considering we're talking about LeBron James, but this version of his game could actually give Philadelphia its best chance to win a championship. That argument becomes even more convincing when you remember what unfolded during the 2026 playoffs. Plenty of critics rushed to declare that LeBron had reached his 40s and could no longer take over postseason basketball. Then the story changed in a hurry. Entering the opening round matchup against Houston, the Lakers were dealing with a roster that was badly depleted.
A lot more sense. And it's basic, but it's important, which is that he valued winning a championship this season.
He's the one that was like, yeah, if he joined them, they'd be a true title contender. But to me, I had always thought that LeBron was somebody that was ready to, when he decided to leave the Lakers 3 weeks ago, that he knew kind of where he was going. But like,
guy today going down is one of the best days of my life, bro. Like, I'm not even joking right now, bro. Like, I'm ready to shed a tear.
With Luka Doncic unavailable and Austin Reeves barely able to contribute, the entire burden suddenly shifted back onto the oldest superstar in the NBA. Instead of slowing down, LeBron delivered yet another performance that proved true greatness doesn't disappear just because another birthday passes. He averaged over 23 points while impacting every area of the game with rebounds, assists, leadership, and relentless effort on the defensive end. Houston entered that series convinced its youth and athleticism would simply wear down an aging Lakers squad. But what unfolded next told a completely different story, as LeBron repeatedly punished every defensive breakdown with the kind of basketball IQ only legends possess. Unfortunately for Los Angeles, there came a point where even his brilliance wasn't enough to overcome reality. The Oklahoma City Thunder eventually exposed the limits of what one superstar, regardless of his greatness, can still accomplish alone. The matchup quickly tilted in Oklahoma City's favor as their speed, depth, and non-stop defensive pressure reminded everyone that championships are won by complete teams, not just iconic individuals. LeBron still has the talent to raise the level of every player around him, but expecting him to drag an imperfect roster through multiple playoff rounds is no longer a fair expectation. That reality may explain exactly why Philadelphia became such an attractive destination. Rather than asking him to save a franchise from the ground up, the 76ers are asking him to provide the final championship piece to an already loaded contender.
Cleveland Cavaliers and then go somewhere else. For him to choose the Philadelphia 76ers, this is a shock among shockers. And I think that this speaks to Bob Myers, the architect, the former four-time champion executive for the Golden State Warriors.
Happiness, said Rich Paul. This was about ring chasing. What team gave LeBron James the best chance to win a fifth, maybe even a sixth championship?
But now we arrive at the biggest question that nobody can ignore, the one towering over every conversation about Philadelphia, and it wears Joel Embiid's jersey. Every serious championship debate surrounding the 76ers eventually circles back to the exact same concern, because there's simply no escaping it. When Embiid is healthy, he's still one of the most dominant and unstoppable centers in all of basketball. His postseason performances continue to prove that, and his impact on both ends of the floor forces every opponent to completely rethink its strategy. He can overpower defenders in the paint, knock down perimeter shots, create opportunities for teammates, and anchor an elite defense all by himself. The issue has never been his talent. It's always been his ability to stay available when it matters most. Reports suggesting he's dropped weight are definitely encouraging, but losing pounds doesn't automatically erase years of injuries and physical wear. Philadelphia's championship hopes will ultimately depend on whether Embiid's body can finally hold up through one long playoff run. And even if he does stay healthy, another major storyline immediately comes into focus. Is LeBron truly willing to accept becoming the fourth scoring option whenever the situation demands it? That idea sounds almost impossible when you're talking about one of the greatest players ever. But championship teams are often built around stars who adapt before everyone else realizes they have to. The good news for Philadelphia is that LeBron's most valuable offensive skill has never been putting up points. It has always been making the right decision at exactly the right moment.
What does it mean for the Celtics? Probably not that great. You know, LeBron actually fits in pretty well to the lineup, but they still have one problem, and that is there's only one ball.
Come on my podcast, bro.
Told you. Tell you what I think about it. Michael Rubin. You know what? Mute up. Yeah. I don't care what you talking about right now.
The advanced analytics from last season told a story that was impossible to overlook. They showed LeBron's passing remained among the very best in the NBA, while his ability to generate wide-open opportunities for teammates continued ranking near the top of the league. Those numbers simply backed up what basketball fans have witnessed for more than 2 decades. Very few players in NBA history have manipulated defensive rotations, read help defenders, or delivered pinpoint passes with the consistency and brilliance that LeBron James has. If that becomes his primary role in Philadelphia, every scorer sharing the floor with him instantly becomes even more dangerous. Even so, habits built over an entire career don't disappear overnight. LeBron still carried a high usage rate last season, proving just how often offenses continued to revolve around him. Talking about sacrifice is easy when cameras are rolling in media day. Living that commitment after a frustrating stretch of losses in the middle of January is an entirely different challenge. That naturally brings the spotlight to Jaylen Brown, whose offseason created enough headlines to dominate the basketball world. Brown unexpectedly found himself at the center of heavy criticism despite owning one of the strongest championship resumes in recent NBA history. His comments about enjoying last season more because he handled the ball more frequently sparked widespread debate, especially considering Boston's previous championship success. Then came reports raising questions about his personality, leadership, and relationships inside the locker room. Some anonymous evaluations even claimed Brown would ideally be only the 7th best player on a championship team. That's the kind of take that feels almost impossible to believe when you actually look at the evidence. Basketball discussions often become driven by short-term memories instead of long-term reality. Brown is still a Finals MVP whose value reaches far beyond simply putting points on the scoreboard.
Coming to Philly?
Insane!
Oh my gosh!
It's insane! I don't know anything about the Sixers. I just went to Philadelphia, but I know it's a huge deal that Braun is coming here. It's amazing.
King James in the city, so I feel like it's Big P now. It's Big P. It's time for the Sixers to do their thing. So listen, let's go Philly, right? All I got to say is we coming back for them Knicks. We coming back for y'all, Jaylen. That's it.
Question, what is he still playing for at this point? Because he's been there and he's done it and he's won it all. He wants to sacrifice, compete. He wants to grind. And with Embiid missing a bunch of games with injury, he's going to have a lot of grinding.
Bron is officially signing with the fucking Philadelphia 76ers. Bron, you sold. I'm going to say it right there. I'm not even going to sit up there and sugarcoat shit. You sold, bro.
Throughout Boston's championship journey, Brown repeatedly took on the toughest wing assignments, created offense when the pressure peaked, and delivered in the moments that mattered most. Whether some fans believe Jason Tatum deserved a bigger share of the spotlight almost misses the real story. Brown has already shown he can perform on the biggest stage, and that championship experience brings tremendous value to any locker room with title ambitions. On paper, Philadelphia has a rotation built for playoff basketball, but making it through an 82-game regular season is an entirely different battle. Injuries, load management, and inevitable stretches of inconsistent play will put every role player to the test. Fortunately, Tyrese Maxey is the kind of talent who can elevate this team's ceiling even further, despite still being slightly overlooked after his incredible rise. Today's high-scoring NBA era can make those numbers seem less historic, but his talent is impossible to ignore. His postseason performances, however, have sparked legitimate discussion among fans and analysts. Against the Knicks, his efficiency dropped while Jalen Brunson repeatedly took control of the series for New York. Philadelphia's early playoff exit naturally placed a large portion of the blame on Maxey because star players always face the harshest criticism when championship expectations fall short. But writing him off because of one difficult series ignores what happened only 2 years earlier, when he nearly averaged 30 points against that same opponent and repeatedly kept Philadelphia alive with fearless shot-making when everything was on the line.
76er. We got the news on a Friday, which we did not anticipate. We got the news that he's coming to Philadelphia after we had lost our belief that it was going to happen. Breaking. This is Shams Charania again, just coming down on
Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. LeBron James signed to Philadelphia on July 24th, 2026.
How did you feel when you found out that LeBron James is coming to the 76ers?
The GOAT's gonna get us a championship.
That you can't stand.
All right, so we've had a few days to kind of bring in the knowledge that LeBron James is headed to Philadelphia. He leaves LA to Philadelphia.
That combination has the potential to become one of the NBA's most unstoppable offensive weapons, and you can already see why. If the offense reaches its full potential, then the real question shifts to the defensive end of the floor. Championships aren't won simply by outscoring every opponent through 4 straight playoff series. Consistent defense is what separates true contenders from champions, and that puts a huge spotlight on one of Philadelphia's brightest young talents. VJ Edgecomb entered the NBA with enormous expectations, but he wasted no time proving he belonged. His rookie season displayed confidence beyond his years, impressive versatility, and plenty of flashes that hinted at future superstar potential. Delivering one of the highest-scoring rookie debuts in league history immediately turned heads, while his playoff performances showed a level of composure that few first-year players ever possess. And that's a major advantage, because Philadelphia no longer needs him to shoulder a heavy scoring load every night. With LeBron, Brown, Maxey, Embiid, and Simmons all sharing offensive responsibilities, Edgecomb can focus much more of his energy on becoming the lockdown perimeter defender every championship team needs. His rookie defensive numbers pointed toward exciting growth rather than a finished product. The instincts are already there. The athletic ability is undeniable. More experience should only improve his positioning, anticipation, and consistency on that end of the floor. If he develops into the disruptive defender he believes he can become, Philadelphia instantly evolves from an explosive offensive team into a complete contender, capable of grinding out ugly playoff wins when the shots eventually stop falling.
LeBron going to the basket, and forgot about Joel Embiid. They got Tyrese Maxey being an absolute demon, speed demon on the floor. Then you got this cracked out and freaking VJ Edgecomb.
Let me explain something to y'all. Lakers had no intentions of giving or negotiating a deal with Bron about $50 million. They know this.
In the end, every road leads back to the exact same conclusion. This season is about much more than chasing another championship. It could represent the final legitimate title window for this entire group. Embiid's long-term health is still a major question mark. LeBron's contract gives him future flexibility, and with each passing season, retirement speculation will only grow louder. No one inside the organization can realistically expect an opportunity like this to come around again. That sense of urgency explains why LeBron chose Philadelphia instead of chasing nostalgia, superstar reunions, or the perfect Hollywood ending. He surveyed the entire league, weighed every roster, every coaching staff, and every possible championship path before choosing the destination that gave him the strongest chance to compete for one last ring. It may not be the easiest story to sell, or the most emotional chapter fans will remember years from now, but from a basketball standpoint, it might be the smartest decision he could have made. Whether this journey ends with a championship celebration or another painful playoff exit will depend on factors no one can fully control. Embiid has to stay healthy. There are more than enough reasons to be skeptical, and ignoring Philadelphia's history of postseason heartbreak would be unrealistic. At the same time, championship teams are rarely built on guarantees. They're built on bold, calculated risks that eventually prove everyone else wrong.